We're underway here at Eastern. Wilkes and Eastern going head-to-head. The Colonels beat them the first time. They had a net problem that took about 20 minutes to get going here, and now we're finally going as the Colonels will try to take a victory on the road against a talented Eastern team. Connor Evans' shot missed right off the mark here. Drake Ruff getting the start at it, Wyoming Valley West. And an early bucket here out of number 22, William Blett. So Blett is out of Miami, Florida, Coral Gables, and they seem to get a lot of connections here out of Florida for the head coach, Eric McNally, who's also now the athletic director here. Bowen with an errant pass to Robinson. Ruff coming the other way. Ruff gonna knife through, get it into the big guy who goes 6'9", and he gets fouled. So Michael Bowlers, 6'8", 6'9"-ish, 240 out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He'll head to the free throw line. 19:02 on the clock. He is a southpaw. And the free throw goes. And a miss. So the rebound there by Rob Pecorelli, and Wilkes will set up in their half-court offense, trailing by 3. Marcus Robinson into Tommy Bowen. Got to go against the bigger Robinson. Behind the back, gets it to Mullins, and beautiful finish, 3-2. There comes Eastern in their half-court set. Dribbling up is point guard Austin Duncan. And get over to one. Darius Washington out of the Wilkes-Barre area. Ruff from the corner. He misses. And a box out there, and it'll be Rob Pecorelli with the rebound. Pecorelli looking to come off that dribble. Gets it to Bowen. Tommy Bowen over to Marcus Robinson for 3. He'll be short. And the ball go out of bounds. 18-11 on the clock, and Wilkes trails by 1. Darius Washington now with the basketball. Ruff now with it. Ruff's going to dribble in. Ruff delivers over to Bowlers, and Bowlers finishes. 5-2 is the score with 17:46 on the clock. And Izzy Metz group trailing here against Eastern on the road. A raucous crowd here in Eastern. In the small confines in St. David's, Pennsylvania. Like 5 colleges around here, including Villanova University. Rob Pecorelli for 3. Rob Pecorelli misses. Ripped by Duncan, and Duncan rips it down. Shot there, that one goes for Eastern. So Eastern gets another quick bucket. That's going to be Blett. 7-2 the score. Mullins to Robinson. Wilkes trying to recover after couple of season losses they've had here to start in January. Marcus Robinson to the rack. 7-4 is the score. They trail with Darius Washington. Washington, the southpaw, gets it over to his teammate who gets a good look over there. No go from Duncan. Quick finish here by Mullins. 7-6. Colonels climbing back in here. 16:32 on the clock. Robinson will guard number 14, Drake Ruff, a 6'3" freshman out of Kingston, Pennsylvania. Travel by Eastern. Wilkes will have an opportunity to take the lead. Shot by Pecorelli, doesn't make it. Coming down the other way, it is Duncan. Now we're going to get a foul. Two team fouls here for the Colonels. Izzy Metz having a word with Connor Evans over there by the sideline. Bowlers with the free throw. Kind of pushes his free throw, but it goes in. It's a line driver. That free throw goes as well. So 9-6 is the advantage after the two free throws here for Eastern. And we get a quick timeout. Officials over at the scorer's table try to figure it out. So here's Wilkes trying to see what they can do. But Wilkes will inbound. Tommy Bowen fighting through, and they call a foul on Eastern. So a tough call here. Some people aren't going to agree with this, but Marquise Peel cut into the lane and cut Bowen off from getting the basketball. 15:39 on the clock. That'll be a team foul. We got 2 team fouls and 2 team fouls. Evans misses. And here comes Eastern. Steal by Pecorelli to Marcus Robinson on the finisher. 9-8 with 15:20 to go. So another foul on the Colonels here, and Mark Mullins is going to head over to the sidelines. The Colonels will bring in number 32, Zach Walzer. Wilkes now in a half-court set. It'll be Marcus Robinson for the 3 after Tommy Bowen set the pick. 11-9, and the Colonels lead. That shot way off the mark there for Eastern by Darius Washington, and Wilkes will have the basketball. So it'll be the Colonels basketball with 14:31. Here comes Connor Evans to Marcus Robinson. 2-point Colonel lead. Zach Walzer into the ball game with Tommy Bowen. Marcus Robinson for 3. So Marcus Robinson lighting it up as he's hit 2 threes in a row. It's now 14-9. The Colonels in front here by 5. Eastern trying to work their magic as they have a couple of guys in there. Peel and Clifton Adams is into the ball game. Adams out of New Sarpy, Louisiana. Tommy Bowen fakes the 3. Tommy Bowen long 2. Tommy Bowen does not connect. And here comes Eastern, the Eagles at the 13:40 mark here in the first half, trailing by 5 to the Colonels. 3 seconds by Peel. So the Colonels get a quick bucket, and they go up with Zach Walzer, 16-9. We'll take an audio timeout. We'll be back here in the John Mendola Show YouTube. All right, we are back. It is 16-9, 13-19 on the clock. The Colonels are in front. Seeing if they can build on that. They got to play some defense right now. Drag Ruff over to Peel. Peel to Washington. Now we're going to get a foul. Who's it going to go against? Looks like it's going to go against Zach Walzer. .13-10 on the clock. Ruff inside, and Ruff gets the bucket. The 6'3" swingman out of Kingston, PA, right in the backyard of Colonel Country. Under 13 to go. 16-11 is the score. Pecorelli and Evans. Back to Walzer. Nice pass into Pecorelli. Hard to finish, but he gets fouled. Women lost. The Colonels lost to Eastern earlier today. It was the first conference victory for Eastern. Pecorelli scores. So the free throw goes, and we'll get another substitution here at Eastern as they bring in number 20, Austin Duncan out of Knoxville, Tennessee. The scope of the recruiting for Eastern is eye-popping. Louisiana and Maryland and Florida. Usually they'll have a guy in there from the Dominican Republic, not this year. New Hampshire, Tennessee, they got it all. 12:40 on the clock. Eastern now has 11. It's 18-11. They get it into Bowler. Bowler tries to get it inside, but Marcus Robinson gets his hand in there, and it's off Peel's knee. So Wilkes will retain possession here. Again, Wilkes coming off a loss at home to Delaware Valley. Had a loss against Kings. Colonels will be home on Wednesday. Seeing if they can get something going. I think Manhattanville will be the team in town. Connor Evans over. Zach Walzer. Walzer gets it into Pecorelli. Pecorelli surveying and almost double dribble there. And Zach Walzer missed, and then Eastern comes up with it. Eastern try to do some quick transition to get the ball over to Washington. Washington has it, looking around, and a walk call at the top of the key, and can't believe it right now, is number 22. That is Blett. A little drama there with Blett and the Colonels. 11:59 on the clock. 18-11, a 7-point advantage here for the Colonels. And the Colonels will have the ball on the side. Sean Collar now in there. Marcus Robinson got his hand in there. Another steal for him has caused a disruption there, and not able to get any flow was Eastern. Clifton Adams just couldn't get a handle on it. Tommy Bowen to the rack and didn't come off. And then we're going to get on the floor foul. So Walzer was over there. Tommy Bowen went high, trying to get it above the 6'8" Bowlers. Was not able to finish, and Colonels will have the basketball and they'll inbound. Evans. Tommy Bowen tried to go high above. That didn't work. Still a 7-point lead here from the Colonels. They got to put some points up because Eastern is struggling from the floor. And there's Peel, gets a quick bucket, trying to get the crowd into it. It's 18-13. Colonels have to come down and finish one here as Marcus Robinson has the basketball. Marcus Robinson dribbling around. Marcus Robinson kicks it out to Collar. Collar's going. Collar gets it to Zach Walter, has a wide open shot they gave him. He decided not to take it. Now it's back over to Tommy Bowen, 10 on the shot clock. Connor Evans. Evans is going to try to use his body, and they call a travel on Connor Evans. .46 on the clock. Outside shot by Blett. No go with a putback. No go. So it was Duncan and Blett trying to get that combo going, and that didn't work there for Eastern with 10:28 on the clock and a 5-point advantage here from the Colonels. Marcus Robinson way downtown and way off, and then a foul on the floor. It looks like it's going to go against Peel. Peel not happy about it. 5 team fouls for Eastern, 4 team fouls for Wilkes. And now the officials are meeting and having a conversation about what actually happened. So the Colonels will bring in Jake Roble out of Middlesex, New Jersey. He's a tallie. See if he can get something going. So Roble from the elbow. Roble misses, and the rebound for Eastern. Still 5-point deficit. Colonels can't find the bottom of the hole. Neither can Eastern. Abysmal shooting here by both teams here in the first half. 10:07 on the clock. Eastern's going to move it in. It's Peel, guarded by Roble. Now it's getting it over to Castens. Roble called on that foul, the 6'6", 190-pounder. Drake Ruff now into the ball game again for Eastern. He'll get the basketball. Marcus Robinson on the steal. Marcus Robinson shot out of a cannon and misses a layup. Oh, Marcus had a wide open shot, but he rushed it. Ruff misses. Rebound to Jake Roble. Can't buy a bucket right now. Anybody. 9:35 on the clock. Marcus Robinson. Now we're going to get a foul, and it's going to go against the Colonels. I think that's going to go against Roble. Tommy Bowen comes back into the ball game. Roble will have a seat. So skip pass over this way, and then Drake Ruff for 3, and Drake Ruff no go. And inside ball game, Duncan, and then the ball on the floor, and Brock Beccarelli comes up with it. So Eastern just an absolute struggle. Beccarelli in, and they're going to call that offensive. Do not agree with that call at all. As Beccarelli drove the lane, and Peel put his hips out and able to draw contact there. But I'm not a fan of that call at all. But it's 18-13, and we have less than 9 minutes to play here in the first half. And this is like a 7th and 8th grade game right now with points. So need some points on the board here from these two squads. Peel misses, or makes it. Peel gets the first point. So it's been a long time since we had some points. It's 18-15. It's been some tough defense. 7 fouls for Wilkes. There's 5 fouls for Eastern. But somebody's got to put the ball in the hole. Collar now has the basketball. Connor Evans for 3. Connor Evans is going to be short, and that's going to go to Drake Ruff. Drake Ruff rips the rebound. Ruff coming down, looking, gets it over to the corner. Connor Evans gets his arm on it. Somehow they keep it alive. Eastern and Connor Evans did a good job there of just trying to make something happen. Ruff now bangs it into Peel. Peel kicks it over. Trying to get it to number 24, Castens. An inside ball game. Drake Ruff. Izzy Metz takes a 30-second timeout. 18-17. 8:04 on the clock. Here we go, back to live action. Wilkes now in a half-court set against Eastern. Leading by 1, clinging to that lead as offense has just been a tough thing right now. And now they're going to call this against Wilkes again. So the game was delayed by the net getting put up here on the Eastern basket for this half, where the Wilkes Colonel bench is. They got that up, and now we've had kind of a slow offensive output here from both teams. They call an offensive foul here on Eastern, and they're saying he's in the circle, but it doesn't matter. They called it offensive foul. So as tough of a call as you saw on Wilkes on the other end, you're arguing it. I could see it again over on this end for Eastern's side of things, and like I don't know if that was really a foul there on Eastern, but nonetheless, the calls are the calls. It is what it is. 7:28 on the clock and a 1-point lead here for Wilkes. Shot by the Colonels, no go. Tommy Bowen with the rubber. Tommy Bowen goes up and in. Tommy Bowen able to float those couple footers. 20-17 is the lead. Austin Duncan. Greg Ruff. Back over to Mark Darius Washington. Washington with a runner, or Washington misses. Great first step here by Marcus Robinson. He gets it swatted away down there. What a stuffings that was by Blett. And then throwing it down on the other end. Castens bringing down the house here at Eastern. So Eastern playing big. 20-19. They trail though, as a one play by Eastern goes big, and Tommy Bowen going up and in. Tommy Bowen over the trees, knows how to score. That's some backyard basketball there from Tommy Bowen. 22-19, a 3-point Colonel lead. Under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Zach Walzer in the lineup trying to help out defensively, and Bowen is going to get called on the foul. He draped number 22, William Blett, another 6'8". So now we'll get the free throw here out of Eastern University. Mark Mullins back into the ball game for the Colonels. 5:56 on the clock, and the free throw is good. So they got a righty who's 6'8", they got a lefty who's 6'8". It helps a little bit when you got some size like Eastern does. They still trail by 2 to the Colonels. That free throw goes, 22-21. Sub comes in right now, and that's Peel for Eastern. Pecorelli with the basketball. Bowen setting up camp down low. He's got Peel guarding him, who's a little smaller but pretty athletic. But doesn't stop Tommy Bowens from going up and in, as Bowens leads all scorers here tonight, this afternoon at Eastern. 24-21, 5:33 on the clock. Duncan now with the basketball. They kick it into Peel. Peel goes high, he misses. And Rob Pecorelli coming up with the rebound. Still a 3-point lead here from the Colonels. John Mendola Show here. Want to thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service, Frank Soroka at State Farm, and our Carol and Janelle for giving you live Colonel basketball all season long. Home, away, it doesn't matter. Inside ball game. Great pass from Mullins to Bowen. Bowen unable to get in between that bank and swish. Blett. He scores a three. That was actually Austin Duncan scoring that. Him and Blett. One wears 20, one wears 22. So it's 24-24. Tommy Bowen. A couple sneezes away on that, excuse me. And the Colonels turn the ball over. So 4:38 is on the clock. And here comes Drake Ruff with a half-court look. Washington. Now it's Duncan dribbling deep inside. Gets it into one of his buddies and unable to put it in. And his ball's still alive, and the call is going to go against the Colonels. And there were 4 Colonels around the basketball. And Brennan Castens out of New Hampshire is going to wind up on the free throw line. So that's a tough break here for the Colonels. Free throw is short. 19 fouls for the Colonels, 16 fouls for Eastern. Marcus Robinson with the basketball. Back over to Mullins. Mullins looking around. To Robinson, they call a travel. That was a tough call there. It didn't look like he took any steps. Looked like he was moving while he had the basketball. Call is the call. Here we are, tied up with 4:09 in the game in the first half between these two. Greg Ruff with the basketball. Marcus Robinson will guard him. Back to Ruff, the freshman. The ball is stolen by Connor Evans. Connor Evans trying to go to the coast. Connor Evans able to finish that over a tall Greg Ruff. So a nice job by Connor Evans. Give it up 5-6 inches on that layup. It's 26-24, 3:41 on the clock. Darius Washington with the basketball. Darius Washington for 3. Darius Washington misses, and Connor Evans going to be called on the foul. And he's going to shoot 3. (26-24). That free throw don't go. One more free throw coming. And that free throw misses. So Wilkes, it's 3 missed free throws out of Darius Washington from Eastern, so that helps the Colonels. Marcus Robinson almost walked. Marcus Robinson driving. Marcus Robinson driving in on number 22, and an arm bar called against him. So that is William Blett. Ball on that foul. 3:21 on the clock. Marcus Robinson on that free throw line, 27-24. He hits that one, 28-24. So Eastern will come down and set up their half-court offense. Back over to Duncan. Duncan looking at Washington for a moment. Gonna go into Castens. Castens shoots and scores. So kind of an unorthodox shot there by Castens, able to get it to go 28-26. 2:57 on the clock. Connor Evans with the basketball. Into Tommy Bowen. Bowen looking around. He's got Pecorelli. Pecorelli looking. Pick and roll didn't work there. Rob Pecorelli for three. In and out, and Washington comes up with a rebound. 2:39 now on the clock here in the first half. Colonels by two. Washington with the jumper, and Washington ties the ball game. So Washington via Holy Redeemer, now a senior at Eastern University. Connor Evans with the basketball. Tommy Bowen trying to back down Blett. And they call a foul on Bowen. Blett played that perfectly as far as taking the charge. Didn't look like it was 1 second anymore there on an offensive charge on Tommy Bowen, but they called it. He's got to live with it. 2:23 on the clock. Inside shot there. One more time out of Eastern. So Greg Ruff doing the job. Rob Pecorelli got tied up back over to Jack Bovin in the ball game, the three-point specialist. Connor Evans trying to keep it alive. Connor Evans kicks it out. Marcus Robinson, three-point country. Marcus Robinson for three. So Marcus Robinson able to connect on that one. It's now 31-30. The Colonels lead 1:39 on the clock here in the first half. Walzer will guard Blood. Back inside they go, and they get a bucket out of number 24, and they just can't seem to stop. Castens timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout audio-wise. We'll be back here on the John Mendola Show. So back to live action. The Colonels turn the ball over, and Eastern grabs it. Will come down in their half-court set. And they turn the ball over. Now it's Pecorelli. Pecorelli with 1:06 on the clock. Marcus Robinson three. Marcus Robinson short and hit out by Blett. Jack Bova was over there. Mullins now in for Bova. Mark Mullins, Marcus Robinson, Connor Evans, Rob Pecorelli from the corner, no. Walzer tried to grab it, couldn't get around the defender. 32-31 Eastern leads. 49 seconds on the clock right now. Drake Ruff with the basketball. They try to go outside, it looks pretty good, and it is for Eastern. Getting fired up here as Gabe Perez hits that via Miami, Florida, and Florida Christian. He is a 6'4" junior. Rob Pecorelli drives in, makes up a bucket. 35-33, 24 seconds on the clock. Now they get it over to Duncan. Back over to Washington. 15 seconds. They're kind of milking this down with a 2-point lead, Eastern. Right now over the Colonels. Washington with the basketball. Washington looking around. Washington gets it inside. Caston scores. 2 seconds on the clock. That's going to be the final shot of the half. 37-33, Eastern leads. Wilkes on the road here for the Colonels. We'll be back with audio for the second half. We are back and ready for the second half here between Eastern and Wilkes. So it's Eastern leading 37-33. Connor Evans, Marcus Robinson here on offense right now. Tommy Bowen slicing down. You got Mark Mullins back over to Rob Pecorelli. They feed it into Bowens. Going against the taller Bowlers. And it's Bowens with a clicker, and it gets it in, 37-35. So Tommy Bowens good with the back down, able to get it over the taller Bowlers. Big difference in the first half was 15 bench points for Eastern. Wilkes had just 2. Blatt gets it to go. Comes Connor Evans, his 39-35 4-point advantage. Be a big win for Wilkes if they're able to get Eastern for a second time. Bowens gets contacted, and no foul is called, and the rebound goes to Eastern. Here comes Darius Washington. Washington with the basketball. Looking around, playing the point guard position. Plays right and left pretty good. He is a lefty. Bowler's back over to Washington. Ruff over in the corner. Washington gets it to his buddy. And a shot here is going to be short, but Bowlers comes up with the rebound. And then that shot doesn't make it, but of course they call a foul. So Brendan Casson's able to try to get that up and in. He's a senior, not able to make it. And then it goes to Michael Bowlers, the 6'8" junior out of Abraham Lincoln High School, who does indeed get his shot up, and the foul is called. He's on the free throw line. 18:44 in the clock, 4-point advantage here for the Eagles. That free throw, no go. He'll reset himself and seeing if he can get himself to a better mode here. And Bowlers hits that one. Now 40-35, a 5-point lead. Marcus Robinson. Back over to Connor Evans. Evans to Marcus. Evans kicks it over. Pecorelli. Now it's Mullins. Mullins driving in. Mullins tries to draw contact, and no contact is called. Drake Ruff now coming the other way. Beautiful pass to Bowlers, who goes back door. So the 6'8" Bowlers went up and then went back door. 42-35. 7-point lead here for Eastern today. And a timeout out of Wilkes. We'll take an audio timeout. We'll be back here. It's St. David's with Eastern University leading Wilkes. Back to live action here with the Colonels in the basketball. Trailing by 7 after the timeout from Izzy Metz. Connor Evans going up against the 6'8", and Connor Evans with a beautiful scoop inside. Connor Evans playing a little better basketball right now, looking for some consistency from him. His coach Izzy Metz, 42-37, 17:44 on the clock. Duncan with the basketball, looking for Blatt. Blatt has the top of the key, is guarded by Mullins. Mullins is trying to steal the ball from him. Blatt just ripped it out of him at 6'8", and then Pecorelli coming up with it, and Tommy Bowen ends up getting irate down there. And he gets up. Hopefully he's okay. He's moving. 17:32 on the clock, and it is a 5-point deficit. So 1 foul apiece on the scoreboard between Eastern and Wilkes here. Evans. It's it over to Pecorelli. Pecorelli looking around. Pecorelli drives. Pecorelli shoots and just comes up short. Eastern's 11-7. Wilkes is 12-6. And Eastern is 5-2 in the MAC, and Wilkes is 4-3. Darius Washington from way downtown misses that. Marcus Robinson now with the basketball. Robinson stops, pops. Marcus Robinson for 3. 42-40 is the score after Marcus Robinson shoots over Drake Ruff. It's Washington now. Ruff guarded by Robinson. But is covered out there by Mullins. Shot from Duncan goes. Duncan gets a 12-footer, and that one scores it. 44-40, 16:35 on the clock here in the second half. Peel gets ready to get back into the ball game here for Eastern. Clifton Adams also will be coming in. Marcus Robinson between 3 players and 1. How about that move out of Marcus Robinson? Went amongst the trees. Gorgeous move. And a timeout. No, we're just bringing in the players. A couple subs coming in. They've had good bench play, as I mentioned earlier, in that first half. 44-42, 16:20 on the clock. Tommy Bowen underneath hanging out. Marcus Robinson has 20-plus points here for the Colonels in this ball game at 15 in the first half. Pecorelli is going to guard against the point guard right now. That's going to be Duncan. As I said, they brought in number 12, Clifton Adams. Got Peel in the ball game. He has the ball in his hands now. Faces the basket, kicks it back out. Outside 3, and that one goes. So Duncan lights up the 3. 15:50 on the clock. 47-43 is the score. Marcus Robinson, no, in and out. And Duncan with a rebound. Here comes Adams down the other way. Adams cross-court pass to Washington. Gets a lane, and Darius Washington with a little too much mustard on that. Spun right out. Marcus Robinson coming the other way. Connor Evans for 3. That's long. Tipped out. Who's going to come up with this one? It's Connor Evans. He's got a 2-player advantage. All open, all alone. Gets stuffed. Tommy Bowen puts it in. So Pecorelli gets it blown up there by Blatt, who's 6'8", but Tommy Bowen's right there to pick it up at 15:09 on the clock and a 2-point deficit here for the Colonels. Duncan to Washington. Outside shot, Duncan, no bucket, the other way. So an Eastern foul here, and some of the fans can't believe that, but it is what it is. Now the officials are talking on this. Three officials now deciding whether it was good or not good. 14:59 on the clock. Good bucket. They call it a good bucket. And then they call an offensive foul. 50-45. It's a 3-point bucket. Now the official's going over to explain it to Izzy Metz, saying how could they score if they have an offensive foul? I guess they're saying it happened before it. Mullins knifes in. Timeout on the floor. 50-47 the score. We'll take the timeout here as well. Back to live action, 14:45 on the clock. Connor Evans guarding. Now they got a three-point look at it. Darius Washington, and he hits it. Washington from the corner, 53-47 is the score. So the Colonels going to try to stay tight, but it's tough when Eastern's hitting some shots. Pecorelli in the lane, and he hits that one. Got caught in the lane. He kind of got a little fidgety there. Didn't want to be called for 3 seconds, and he finally took the shot. 14-15 on the clock. Peel with the ball. Washington. Back over to Adams. Inside ball game. No travel called on that, and that outside shot no go. The battle over there, and they're going to go backdoor Blett. Right now the Colonels have no answer for Blett, who 55-49 just has been a tough player here for Eastern. Bowen, Pecorelli. Pecorelli got to find his way in, lefty, and doesn't go. Now we're going the other way. 13:30 on the clock. Blett with the shot, and Blett scores that one. 57-49, 13:24 on the clock. So 8 points, how quickly it goes back up. They had it to 2. Wilkes called the timeout. Just not working. Tommy Bowen now. They got to reach. Well, let's see how that is, what the call is. Underneath, definitely a foul. But then after the shot, Eastern kind of sticking their arms over and kind of knocking down the Wilkes arm after the play is called done. All right, so now the coaches are so the Eastern coach wants an explanation. They end up teeing up Blett after the foul, who hit the arm of the offensive player for Wilkes. And it's happened more than once. But I think the coach from Eastern, Eric McNally, is just looking for an explanation here because the officials just kind of gathered up, didn't really give a full explanation to the teams. So Marcus Robinson hits the free throws. Now it's going to be Wilkes basketball. Well, that foul will count against Eastern as Blett will probably hit the sideline here. And he does. Robinson in. Draft it is in. 57-51. Wilkes has the basketball. 13:09 on the clock. So the Colonels catch a break here on the call there. Bowlers will guard Bowen. Bowen with a quick fake. Bowen tries to drive in. Bowen over Bowlers. He's got it to go. 57-53 with 12:56 to go. Adams now brings down the ball. 12:48 on the clock. Ruff trying to drive in. Greg Ruff does just that, gets around Mullins pretty quickly. 59-53, 6-point advantage here for Eastern in this second half. Rob Pecorelli. Pecorelli trying to get it high over Bowlers, couldn't get it to go. Now it's coming the other way. Washington back to Ruff, back to Clifton. He's got Bowlers underneath. Moving the ball around quickly. Washington from the corner misses. Wilkes comes up with a rebound. And here comes Connor Evans with the basketball. We are going to be under 12 minutes to play here in just a couple of seconds. Marcus Robinson to the rack. Marcus Robinson knifes in. 59-55. What you would expect here with two teams evenly matched between Eastern and Wilkes. Peel now with the basketball. Stripped away. Washington has it. Bowen is guarding him. Bowen is going to help on Peel down low. Peel with the bucket, lefty, and misses, and a rebound Wilkes, and it's Tommy Bowen coming up with it. Connor Evans now in his hands. Half-court set. 4-point lead. Tommy Bowen. Not a good look there, but Mark Mullins says 3, no. And Wilkes has nobody to rebound that basketball. Bowens tried to just do a little drive-by, get in there, see if he can get his hand on it, but didn't want to be called for a foul. Rough. 11:06 on the basketball court here. Time-wise, Bowler spinning in. Bowler out of control. Bowler gets his own rebound among 3 guys and makes the bucket. No foul called. 3 Colonels were around him, lucky to get away with no call there for the Colonels. Marcus Robinson out with the basketball. 61-55. It is a 6-point advantage here from Eastern. Back to Marcus. 14 on the shot clock. Got a guy 6'9" guarding him. Inside Mullins. They're going to call that offensive or defensive? It's an offensive foul on Marcus Robinson. 10:33 on the clock. Here comes Wilkes in their half-court set. Make that Eastern in their half-court set. Leading by 6 with 10:22 on the clock. Darius Washington into Bowlers. And Bowlers and Washington kind of hit noggins and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Wilkes basketball. So Duncan is back in. Here comes Wilkes and the Colonels. Bowens over there. Pecorelli for 3. Missed. Bowens with the rebound. And they call travel. .05 on the clock. Clifton Adams now brings the ball up. 6-point advantage here for Eastern. They try to double Bowlers. Now they try to skip it around, and who's there for the shot? No go by Duncan. Pecorelli over to Evans. Evans tries to drive in off of Eastern, and it'll stay Colonel basketball. Bowen now has the basketball at the inbound. Back to Connor Evans. Back over to Marcus Robinson. Into Tommy Bowen now. Bowen backs down. Bowlers. Misses it. And then it's going to be a foul on either Bowen or Mullins. Jack Bova comes into the ball game. .22 on the clock, and the Wilkes University Colonels trail still by 6. Duncan downtown, timeout. As the ball went awry. Now they got it back. 64-55. So Eastern just playing some good basketball right now. Their shots are falling here in the second half. Remember in the first half, it was trying to buy a bucket for both teams. They really struggled. But Connor Evans for 3. Connor Evans short. Rip underneath. It's going to be Bowen, then Clifton Adams, and now a foul. Call a timeout now, Colonels. We'll take an audio timeout. 64-55, 8:54 to go. We are back to live action here. Eastern has the basketball. They are up 9 points over the Colonels. And their offense seems to be clicking. Pound it in. Bowlers. And then out of bounds by Peel. .835 now and counting. Getting deeper into this ball game, and the Colonels have to come up with some kind of consistent effort here offensively. Tommy Bowen not going to get it over the taller guy. Robinson loses it, gets stripped away. Nice play defensively as Duncan was there. Inside, outside ball game. I almost threw it away again, Adams. Now they get it back over, working it out of New Hampshire. Is number 24, Brennan Cassins. So Cassins has done a nice job at 6'3", 200 pounds. And one of those guys, just a lot of bench points here for Eastern today, 66-55. 7:45 on the clock. Bowen with the back down. Bowen comes up short. Bowen against Bowlers. Duncan with the basketball. They pounded inside to Peel. Peel to Duncan. Duncan for three. Duncan in and out. And Rob Pecorelli comes up with a rebound here for the Colonels. Colonels got to find points. Who's in? Corner shot, no go. Jack Bova. Rob Pecorelli, he can't make it. Gets two for a quarter. Pecorelli can't make that one. And then it goes out of bounds. It'll be Wilkes basketball. Well, Pecorelli just frustrated. He couldn't find the bottom of the hole, but he's got to keep going. 7:10 on the clock, 11-point deficit. Colonels trying to scratch, fight, crawl, do anything they could. Maybe Jack Boba, the three-point specialist, will give the Colonels a bucket or two they can use here. Down double-digit points. Connor Evans inside. Turnover here by Wilkes. Evans had a shot, second-guessed it, tried to pass it, and got it to Pecorelli, who was dragging his feet in. Marcus Robinson now in to play some defense. Washington sits on the bench. It's going to be Adams who has it. Back into Bowlers. Castins has it in his hands with 4 seconds. Castins going to throw up a prayer three, almost went in. Peel with the rebound. Castins hustles in, and Castins scores. And that's the difference right now for the Colonels. A little more hustle out of Eastern. Audio timeout coming. We are back here at Eastern, 68-55. The Eagles have opened up a huge lead here against the Colonels. Colonels call a timeout. Marcus Robinson gets it into Bowen. Bowen to the corner, goes. Connor Evans hits a three. 68-58, a 10-point deficit now with 6:08 on the clock. Marcus Robinson has endless energy. And going up against Duncan, who just seems very comfortable at shooting the basketball right now for Eastern. Duncan back with the basketball, three-point land. He is a senior, very experienced. That shot is a miss. Castens on the miss. He's played pretty darn good as well. Connor Evans now. Connor Evans finishes. Yes, it is Mark Mullins. 68-60, 8-point deficit, 5:29 on the clock now. So Wilkes playing tough, trying to hang in there. Marcus Robinson will run all over the court. He's got to cover Castens. It'll be Evans on Washington. Well, they switch over. Peel with the miss, and then Evans with a foul from behind on Peel. .11 on the clock. Free throw no good. Peel struggling on that free throw line. Drake Ruff is back in. We're taking out Castens. It's just been a tough out, that's for sure. Free throw goes. 69-60 the score. The Colonels will have the basketball. Here comes Connor Evans for the half-court look here for the Colonels. Marcus Robinson. He likes that three look. It's going to be off the front of the rim. Grabbed by Mullins. So Colonels get a second chance here on that. So they get the look they want with Marcus Robinson. Unable to connect on that. Tommy Bowen now with the basketball. Ruff will guard Robinson. Robinson with the basketball. Marcus Robinson unable to finish that. He's just hustling all over the court though. Inside Peel. They kick it out Ruff. Robinson down the other end guarding. And then Marcus Robinson, good force steal there by Mullins. Marcus gets it inside of Mark Mullins. What a play there. 69-62. Gorgeous pass from Marcus Robinson on the fake. And Eastern calls a timeout. We will take a timeout with audio. We'll be back. We're back to live action, 4:18 on the clock. Colonels trail by 7 to Eastern, who's had a lot of pressure here offensively. Eastern moving the ball around. Ruff, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open was Peel. The Colonels missed that. Couldn't figure out whose guy that was. 3:55 on the clock. The Colonels come down quickly. 71-62 and a turnover right there. Mullins back in. Jack Boba's out. Marcus Robinson covering Drake Ruff. Ruff out of Wyoming Valley West, Kingston, Pennsylvania. Darius Washington, and they call a timeout or a foul. What is that? Oh, elbow on Evans is what they call. Triple threes on the clock in the second half. 71-62, Eastern leads. Ruff, thought he moved his feet there on the sideline. They didn't call it. Marcus Robinson steals, and Marcus Robinson makes this bucket. So Marcus Robinson just showing how fit he is. Glides down the court. He had that steal earlier, missed that layup, but it's still 71-64. Colonel still within reach. 3:14 on the clock. Peel has the ball. Robinson tried to get another steal, didn't get that. And then Eastern throws it away. Rough to Washington when 3:06 on the clock. Important possession coming up here for the Colonels. Ruff comes out. 24, Brennan Castens is in, the senior. You know, we haven't seen forever is William Black. Good bucket there by the Colonels. That's Mullins. 71-66, hanging within 5. 2:54 on the clock. Thought we'd see Black, who was unstoppable when he was on the court. Let's see if Coach brings him back in. Give and go. Castens back over to Bowlers. 2:37 on the clock. 15 on the shot clock for the Colonels. Defending Eastern right now. Bowlers, backdoor and one. Got a little bit of baby contact there, but you got to call it. You know, it was the right call, 73-66. 2:29 on the clock. Evans now has the basketball. Connor Evans draws contact. Six fouls for Eastern, 7 fouls for Wilkes. Connor Evans had a quick look at the corner, no go. Now it's Rob Pecorelli. Pecorelli's got to think about it. Now Marcus Robinson has a free look for 3. Almost banks that one in. I think they boo-booed the clock here. I saw the clock stand still for a half a second after the shot. So I think they're going to adjust it. They do. 2:15. So the official's still over by the table. I think they got everything set now. 2:17 will be on the clock. 74-66, Eastern leads. Eastern has the basketball. We're very late in this game. Bowlers finds Peel, and Peel is rejected, but they're going to say he was fouled as well. Marcus Robinson over near the Wilkes bench, but still in the ball game. Peel hits the free throw. Mullins is in. Bova is out. 9-point lead. Difficult for Wilkes to overcome this. 2 minutes to go, and a lot of things to go right. Ten-point lead, Wilkes. They're going to trap Connor Evans. Connor Evans dribbles through into Tommy Bowens, and the bounce pass just wasn't going to work there. Duncan, Castens across, gets it over to Washington, back into Bowlers, back over to the corner, Duncan for 3, no go, rebound, Bowen. Still a 10-point deficit. Connor Evans with the basketball. Rob Pecorelli for 3 is going to be short. Washington now with it. Now over to Duncan. Now a foul. Duncan will be on that free throw line. So it's 76-66. Eastern is leading. 19 fouls for Wilkes, 16 fouls for Eastern. Beccarelli has a seat, and Jack Bova comes into the ball game. Missed free throw. Colonels have a chance here. They got it. Can't turn over the ball like they've done. Jack Bova, three-point specialist. Jack Bova hits the three-pointer like he's supposed to. 1:06 on the clock, 76-69. Audio timeout coming. We are back. 76-69 is the score. It's a 7-point deficit. Steal by Connor Evans, looked clean, and Izzy Metz can't believe a foul was called. Looked clean. The official called it. 1:04 on the clock. Washington has struggled from the free throw line, though. Hits it. Bowen in. Mullins in. Free throw goes. So Washington hits both of those. 78-69. 1:02 on the clock. Evans drives in. Evans misses the shot. Duncan now has the basketball. Back over to Washington. And Bova fouls him. .50 seconds on the clock. Washington back to the free throw. Washington misses the front end of that free throw. So Wilkes has 10 team fouls, so every time it's a two shooting event here for Eastern. Washington hits the second one, 79-69, 10-point lead for Eastern. Connor Evans comes down. Evans over to the corner, it's Bova. Bowen for three. Bowen comes up short. Eastern goes down court. Bowlers now has the basketball, will dribble around a little bit. And Connor Evans will be called on the foul with 30 seconds to go. Evans is going to foul out with 5, I think. Free throw rims out. for Bowlers. And here comes Wilkes with 30 seconds to go. Tommy Bowen for 2, no go. That's probably going to be it. 21 seconds on the clock. A 10-point lead for Eastern. And that's how this game is going to end. So the final score, Eastern 79, Wilkes 69. We appreciate you joining us here on the John Mendola Show YouTube channel and the Wilkes University Sports Broadcast Network. Have a good night, everybody. Colonels lose, fall to Eastern on the road. We'll see you again on Wednesday.